Today is the Christmas special review as my present to you for best price and sound quality ratio under $500. Hello everyone, welcome to Tabama Hi-Fi Review channel. Today I would like to share my experience of using Audality DR70 by Custard Audio, which is R2R North deck. Balanced design, dedicated R2R design that they specifically designed for DR70. Menu system is very simple to use through the little round screen at the middle of this DR70. It comes available in black and silver colors. It comes with this remote control. It has all the features and functions that you can control through this remote control, which I did. I've been using this DR70 for a while. Everything works flawlessly. You can control this DR70 using it as a Roon endpoint UPnB renderer using this browser-based control DR.70 local. That is a browser address that you can use. You can use all these features: AirPlay, Roon Bridge, UPnB renderer, HQ Player, Spotify Connect. Spotify Connect, it needs a premium subscription. And next one is this sound mode that you can change. The right sound mode or musicality that you can choose. DSD, I use native mode because it has great benefits to it, unlike any other decks in pretty much $1,000 price range or even under $1,500 price range. So that is, I get to the later. This gear icon is this DR70. You can rename it or anything that you can do, and you can change the language to this Chinese and English only for now. And next one is this information. So these are all the setting and reboot and all that. It has a TF card slot in the back. But when I try to access this, there is no option for that. DR70 build quality is unlike any others in this price point. Dedicated DSD network, 1-bit network, native DSD conversion is capable. So that is my favorite feature. And North mode that I can use. Most of my music listening, I use either North mode or fast roll or filter. But I always use 1-bit DSD enable, DSD direct mode, using it with my Sony HAP-Z1ES music server USB A to C cable to this DR70, listening all my favorite music, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. Properly designed R2R network with dedicated network for 1-bit DSD conversion, doing it so natively, unlike any other R2R decks under $1,500 price point. Pretty much, I don't think if there any other native DSD 1-bit conversion capable decks under $1,500. So this one can do that. Plus, you have all the PCM capabilities, everything that it can do with all the features that come with it for $400. This is best buy of 2025 and absolute bargain, my friend. Solid chassis, FPGA chip programming, dedicated R2R network with good quality components and parts that they use inside this DR70 for $400 is unheard of, right? I also tried it as a dedicated pre-deck on my desktop setup, using it with my Yamaha HS5 studio monitors and using as a monitoring device, monitoring my own voice while I'm editing videos. Or there is no lag or delay or latency issue like many others affordable R2R decks that I tested even up to $1,000 range. That is using it with newest Mac OS and M4 Mac Studio. Just plug and play, everything works seamlessly without any latency issue. Excellent in noise control as well. Then I moved it here using it with a few different amps, as well as using that SMS PA400 or my old receiver, and recently reviewed Fluent speakers. It works wonderful. Beautiful sounding, forgiving, rich sound with smooth yet detailed sound that it can offer. I was like, man, they are selling it for $400. Musicality is totally enjoyable to listen. So when I try in my streaming setup, I watch a few documentaries and everything was great. I mean, resolution, voices and vocals, everything reproduced properly, cleanly, and neutrally with good quality tonality that I can listen without getting fatigued. That is another favorite point of this DR70. I pair it with Acuphase E4000 AST XLR silver conductors cable connected to it, using this HAB-Z1ES as a music server, listening all my playlists and audition tracks, and I was like, man, this is truly delivering DSD recording properly, right? When I was listening to some of my favorite DSD recording, as always, DSD recordings are about 6 to 8 dB less gain than average BCM recording. Those areas are properly delivered. Some of the BCM converted DSD files also have that loudness of BCM, but forgiveness and that refinement of DSD properly redeliver as well. I went through all my audition tracks as well as modern music, that current popular hits, and everything I went through. I couldn't find any weak point in terms of sound reproduction, from bass quality to highest resolution, unless if I want to nitpick in airy or spaciousness or between separation between the notes or those kind of area. Stereo image is probably one of the most precise stereo image under $1,000. Delta Sigma or R2R decks that are available. Realistic voices and vocals and mid-range quality that it delivers. And when I tried this DR70 with that HP70 combination on my desktop using my favorite headphones, and that is impressive as well. So if you need of good quality pre-session with powerful headphone driving power, then that combination is gonna be total killer combination under $1,000 for two of them, and totally balanced design. DR70 digital section is perfectly executed design with highest capability and ability of doing things in this price point, yet it has another tuning possibility that feature on analog output stage with LME 49720. Dual op amps is socketed on the PCB, so which you can swap it around and you can play around. If you like to roll op amps, $400 deck with 1-bit native DSD conversion is mind-blowing, because a lot of companies charge arm and legs for that feature alone, right? So this one can do that and properly as well. And then I always use DSD, the right mode, on both ends. Sony HAB-Z1ES setting is DSD is always native. This DR70 is DSD, the right. That works flawlessly. Mixed playlists like I have, DSD, different type of DSD files in different resolution, so different megahertz totally play flawlessly. except there is tiny bit of pop. Even though they say they try to depop through FPGA programming, it's not there yet. Pop sound occur when it's switching formats or resolution in different resolution and different formats. Slight pop. That's the only downside as far as performance of this DR70. If you don't have mixed playlists, you will not have any issues at all. Price to performance, sound quality that we can hear. So let's get to the sound quality. Using this S1EX towers with AST silver conductors, speaker cables to XLR end to end. Silver cables can be totally revealing. So this DR70 offers rich tonality with balanced sound, not overemphasizing that rich tone, but it has richness that totally noticeable, warmness that I can enjoy in upper mid-range to mid-range area with very nice, engaging upper mid-range regions, good refinements to it, resolution and details and everything is properly redelivered, engaging manner without overemphasizing anything, but all the resolution is still intact. It's not gonna be totally revealing sound. So some of my favorite tracks that I listen to, such as Chris Stapleton, Tennessee Whiskey, that intro brightness is totally well controlled with rich and warm tone with engaging mid-range, and that male vocal is delivered most accurately with most precise stereo image in this price point. Forget any other Arturia DAC in $1,000 price range. No one come close to this DR70 in precision of stereo image and totally enjoyable Arturia sound that redeliver in most perfectly possible way. That's how I will put it, right? So I try all the music, AC/DC, Who Made Who, to Highway to Hell, everything that I try, I was like, my jaw is on the floor. How can they do this? I know they are highly capable engineers that work there. I met them before. This one, they've been talking to me probably like 2 years ago. I met them in China 2 years ago, the engineer and the owner that at the show, and they talked to me about they are working on entry-level Arturia DAC with streaming capability. I was like, oh, that would be very nice, and I'd be very excited to review it and share it to my viewers. So I waited 2 years for that, and now finally I was able to share my excitement and enjoyment with my viewers as the Christmas special for this 2025. Oh, one thing that I almost forgot. Bass quality and immediacy is probably one of the deepest and one of the nicest bass quality that you'll ever get in this price point. The deep notes with good articulation in bass regions are unlike any other Arturia DAC with native 1-bit DSD conversion for $400 is unheard of. So this is my best buy product of 2025 for the digital to analog converter. So totally, wholeheartedly recommended, my friend. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
Come into my solitude, though I weary be. Come into my tenderness, dream along with me. Listen to the whispers sing, listen to the singer shout. Come into my solitude, meet my big mouth. Thoughts unspoken, thoughts unsaid, lies of hearth and home. Children broken on the bed and left to lie alone. Things you talk around, scum you choke on down. Come into my solitude, step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Fathers who are lovers to the daughters that they own. Mothers who believe a child a single safety zone. People so unhinged that death is much too kind. Come into my solitude, step over that line. Thought I was the only one. Thought I was the only one. Thought I was the only one. Breaking silence. Come to my solitude, welcome to the wheel. Come into this wonderland of wounds that will not heal. Walls that do not speak, steps that do not